Problem number 11 asks us to solve this triangle. So we're going to use the triangle proportionality theorem, or the side splitter theorem. And again, we have some slightly different information that we're given. So we know the full length, the full side of this triangle is 5, and we know that this portion is 3. So we know then that this here has to be 2. And we're given that the entire length of the bottom side of this triangle is 4x minus 2, but this portion is 6. So then what is this portion going to be? Well, it's got to be 4x minus 2 minus 6, right? Whatever's left over has got to be this. So let's figure out, that's a little bit of an algebra problem. We've got to do 4x minus 2 minus 6. We've got to simplify that expression a little bit to get this piece at the end. Well, this is just 4x minus 2 minus 6, and I hope you realize that that is just the same thing as 4x minus 8. So this piece is 4x minus 8. So we had to solve for that segment. Well, now that we've got that done, we can go ahead and set up our proportions. So we can say 3 to 2 equals 6 to 4x minus 8. Notice we've got to make sure we have our directions correct. Okay, in other words, this is to this as this is to this. Don't accidentally mix them up and put the wrong side orders. Okay, so we're going from 3 to 2 and then 6 to 4x minus 8. Let's go ahead and solve this equation. Cross multiply 3 times 4x minus 8 equals 6 times 2, which is 12. We're going to multiply and distribute out in the parentheses. This gives us 12x minus 24 equals 12. Let's just go ahead and do our usual solution approach. Add 24 to both sides. 12x equals 36. X equals 3. Okay, so our answer is x equals 3. And let's just check it. So 3 is to 2, as 6 is 2. 12, well, 12 minus 8 is 4. So 3 is to 2 as 6 is to 4? Yeah, definitely. Okay. Let's move on to number 12. And we've got ourselves a parallel line proportion problem. And this is a pretty straightforward one. We're given the lengths of each of the segments, and the only one that we don't know is this one that's 2x minus 7. So let's go ahead and make the proportions. 18 is to 2x minus 7 as 8 is to 4. Okay, and I hope you realize x is to 2x minus 7 as 8 is to 4. Okay. 18 is to 2x minus 7 as 8 is to 4. I hope you realize that 8 over 4 is the same thing as 2 over 1. So we can simplify our math a little bit. We've got 18 over 2x minus 7 is equal to 2 over 1. Cross multiplying, it gives us 18 is equal to 2 times 2x minus 7, or 18 is equal to 4x minus 14. And this is adding 14 to both sides. Gives us 32 equals 4x, and x is equal to 8. Okay, so the answer to this problem is x equals 8. Let's double check. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 minus 7 is 9. 9 is a half of 18, just like 4 is a half of 8. So our proportions look fine. And the last problem is another proportional parallel lines problem. We're given, we've got to do a little bit of work here because we're given this entire distance is 3x, and we're given that this segment is 8. We need to know the length of this segment. But I think, and I hope you can see, it's easy. It's 3x minus 8, right? Because the whole thing is 3x. We're subtracting 8, so that what's left over is 3x minus 8. Here, the entire length is 9. The portion of this segment is 5, so the other segment has got to be 4 because 5 plus 4 equals 9. Okay, and with those filled in, the rest is very routine. We're going to just do proportions. We're going to have 8 is to 3x minus 8 as 4 is to 5. 8 is to 3x minus 8 as 4 is to 5. Let us go ahead and cross multiply and see what we find. 8 times 5 is 40, and 3x minus 8 times 4. We need to multiply out to distribute. Let's go ahead and do that. 40 equals 4 times 3x is 12x. 8 times 4 is 32. So we can add 32 to both sides. And we get 72 equals 12x. And that means that we have x is equal to 6. Okay, so our answer here is x equals 6. Let's just double check it by plugging it in. 6 times 3 is 18 minus 8 would be 10. So this is saying that 8 is to 10 as 4 is to 5. And I hope you see that is definitely true. So that is how we go ahead and we solve the parallel proportionality and the triangle proportionality problems.